Star Trek Lower Decks Review, Season 4, Episode 8.
A
Okay.
flashback episode that is flashbacks of things that never happened yet.
Well, there's probably a name for that.
Yeah, it's like a clip show, but we never showed you these.
Yeah.
Which I think I like these as ideas for sort of
Well,
these are
they've
ideas
done
that didn't
they
have. Go ahead.
they did that in Warehouse 13's last season too.
Yeah.
Because they only had like 6 episodes to fill an entire season's worth of ideas, and it's like, shit, we wanted to do this. So we're going to do a memories episode with flashbacks of all the things we wanted to get done this season but couldn't.
Yeah. And this is mostly, I think this one was, these don't fit well in another episode, or it would, like, the idea is interesting, but it doesn't carry
It
more than this portion of an episode.
Yeah,
It would be hard to.
it's not a full episode's worth, so they're just like little morsels.
Yeah, it's like these were good ideas that the writers had, but they were just too small. So, like,
Yeah,
what if we just take all this idea, set it in a
and tie it
cave,
together.
and then just make a big, just make an episode like that. I mean, if you did that all the time, like Warehouse 13 gets away with it because final season and everybody knew what they were doing. But
Yeah.
like, you can't, like, on a normal show that's continuously going,
It's
you
like
can't
doing it once or twice
Yeah,
is
like this is
not
season
like
4,
every
and we've only this is the first time they've done it. So
it's not a flashback episode second season.
but
TNG.
yeah, and then which also is interesting in that we're nearing the end of season 4, and Star Trek shows typically the good ones run 7. So we got 3 more seasons probably.
Yeah.
Though the fact
and the good news is Prodigy has another season coming.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
They were
I'd
picked
heard
up
about that,
by,
but I
I
don't
think,
remember who's got
Netflix.
it, but somebody's doing
I
it.
think it's Netflix.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's either Netflix or Hulu, one of those two.
If it's Netflix, that's good because I've got changed
Access
phone plans.
to Netflix.
Yeah, I got change of phone plans recently because
Ah.
AT&T was being a jerk. And
that's how I ended up with Hulu.
yeah, but yeah, so now we have Netflix.
Because I upgraded my, well, I didn't upgrade, but it was actually cheaper to upgrade it to a bundles with it, because otherwise they were gonna up the price on the Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So it was cheaper to get the bundle set. So I'm like, okay, fine. I don't watch ESPN, but whatever.
Whatever.
I don't care about ESPN, but hey, I got Hulu too now.
Okay. Well, anyway. Okay, yeah. So it's so it also makes it a nice like you have the through line of the moss, the sentient moss, sapient moss, which are actually aliens, shape-shifting aliens affecting things.
That that ties to the first story.
Get guys back to the first.
They don't exist. Stop trying to make that. Stop trying to make fetch happen.
Well, no, I don't think it wasn't that they didn't exist. It's that they don't do that. That's not something that, like, it's that sort of conspiracy of, they're doing this or that, like, no, they don't.
No, because he said, well, which I am amused by the the conspiracies he mentioned, because it's like Wolf 359 was a tragedy, which is obviously a
9/11.
ref. No,
I was thinking it was a 9/11 truther sort of situation. It was that sort of
no, I
equivalent.
was thinking it was a Sandy Hook reference, because people weren't really saying 9/11 wasn't real.
Well, no,
Whereas people
well,
are
that it
like,
was,
Sandy
well,
Hook was just
yeah, there's a
staged.
lot of 9/11 truthers out there that say, oh, well, like, it happened, but it wasn't, it was planned by it was a false flag, or, it was this or that, and jet fuel can't melt steel beams. That comes from that sort of thing.
I
There's a
hate
lot of
that.
people who believe that sort of thing. And I'm guessing that that's the sort of thing Wolf 359 thought was.
Yeah. Either way, though.
Yeah, it probably goes something like, the Borg don't actually exist. That was all just, a false flag by some holograms and such, and so that Starfleet would get more militarized to face the Borg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, maybe.
That's what I figured their conspiracy is going to be on that.
And then Q
Q is
Q
real.
is real.
Q is real. It's like, yeah, Q is real, you bitch. I mean, what? And the Picard is not a hologram,
Okay,
but the EMH is.
that one,
It's
that
like,
one
it's
threw
in
me
his
off.
name, EMH. He is a hologram.
Yeah, it's just,
Why would anybody think that Picard is a hologram?
I don't know, because he's such a caricature sometimes.
well, yeah,
Yes.
he's so,
He's so larger than life. Let's face it. He's
yeah,
just like, so he's kind of diminutive compared to, like, especially standing next to Riker.
yeah.
But
Okay.
at the same time, he's just so larger than life.
And generally, outside of a few situations, he's like this massive repertoire of speeches and quotes and
Yeah,
all this stuff. He just
just
seems
is.
unreal at how much he knows and just can pull
He
out of his butt
really
at any
does.
time. He can
He
lecture somebody.
going on in one incredibly unbroken sentence, moving from topic to topic. It was quite hypnotic.
So no one can interrupt. It was really quite hypnotic. Oh, God. Anyway, but
I
yeah.
mean, he has his own theme song, so yeah.
And well, and yeah, just like the Sheliak coming up with that nonsense. It's like, we'll have the Grisellas mediate. Now we can
Yeah.
wait 6 months to have them mediate, or you can give me my 3 weeks. But though the trolling the Sheliak, that was human. That was very human.
Oh,
You enjoyed
that
that. You're
smug
goddamn right.
cockiness he had. That smug cockiness he had when he said it. Just like, oh yeah.
I just love the wiping of the plaque, and you're goddamn right.
Yeah.
Make him wait.
I love Riker's, just the way Riker says, "You enjoyed that."
Damn right.
Have we seen those aliens before, or are they new?
Which
He's
ones?
he's talking about the shapeshifters.
Oh, shapeshifters.
Yeah.
I don't
I
know.
don't think so.
I don't think so. Like, there's could be some one episode somewhere that I haven't seen, or it could be an obscure reference that they said in for like 5 seconds, and you never see who they are, but they're just sort of name dropped somewhere, like the Zinkethi.
Yeah,
We never see the Zinkethi, but we're told about the Zinkethi in that one DS9 episode.
Yeah,
and
it's somebody mentioned how Lower Decks has only been on for 4 seasons, and they have so much lore behind them because they mentioned the churros thing, the thing with Ransom and his
Churro wife.
Ransom and his churro wife. And it's like,
I mean,
how does a series that's only been on for 4 seasons, only having like maybe 45 episodes, have so much lore?
It
Like,
also kind of
it
eats other
feeds off
lore.
of all the other
Yeah,
series.
yeah. There's a lot
It
of
ties
content
in
out there.
it ties into all the other series so meticulously
Yeah.
that
Well,
its lore is tied to the other lore.
yeah. This is the kind of thing that I think this is the kind of thing if you gave, like, if you gave McFarland a serious Star Trek to do, you'd get something uh like what he made with Orville. If you
Mm-hmm.
gave him something said silly, go be silly, go have fun, go be animated, you'd get something like Lower Decks.
Yeah.
Like, this is somebody who clearly loves the series, knows the series backwards and forwards, and is like, yeah. And they're probably just excited as we are whenever they get somebody like Frakes or somebody. It's like,
oh yeah.
when Frakes shows up, it's like, yes, we can get Frakes. Cool.
It's like, oh my god, Delancey,
Yeah.
for like 5 seconds.
There's,
He had one line, but oh my god.
yeah, which I wonder, like,
Or Robert Duncan McNeil, he was on for like the entire episode revolved around him. He was in there for like 2 minutes.
yeah, it always makes me wonder about those sort of recording days, because, like, if you brought a big name actor in, and you're just gonna give them a couple lines, like, it's like their workday is, 20 minutes of recording their line about 15 times so that they get it just so, and then they're done for the day. And it's like, unless they've also got them in other, like, the thing to do would be, if you're gonna have somebody like Delancey or somebody like that come in, it's like, yeah, we're gonna have Delancey come in, but he's got like 2 lines. Okay, so we need to write him into another episode so that we can get him in at the same time, record both, and then in that way we're not wasting his time by having him only come in for one
Yeah.
thing.
Well, I mean, sometimes it could just be guest, they don't always go into the studio for all of it.
Yeah.
Like, I know in My Little Pony, um Tara Strong recorded her lines and sent them in because she was not local.
Uh, yeah, there's that, or they share a booth with somebody else, and
Yeah.
like, it's CBS, so I imagine, they have a booth for this sort of thing, and just like, okay, Delancey, we got a few things we want you in, so we're gonna do some audio cleanup on an episode you're in for this. So while we got you here, we'll do a recording for that.
Yeah.
So yeah, whatever. I'm getting paid either way.
Yeah.
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 In fact,
Just
my
try
paycheck is
not
probably
to
more than all you put
waste
together.
your actors' time, because that's gonna make them happier. Happy actors,
Yeah.
you are more pliable to do more things. Um, and
Oh yeah.
so, but yeah, okay. So we've got, so we got the truther who turned out to be right at least about one thing.
I love it.
I love
Yeah,
how it's
I'm
like,
trying to. I'm
wait,
trying to factor
you
of the
know
mix up. I
about
mean,
us?
And I like that the thing where he starts to say, we make stuff up, we pass around
Yeah.
information.
Yeah. we 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 hang out and make we tell each other about stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know about us? How do you know? Oh, he knows everything about you guys. Like, it's like, uh Yeah, I totally know everything about you guys. Yeah. Yeah. And the sad thing is that's how a lot of conspiracy theorists are. It's like a lot of conspiracy theories were made up just shit talking and people started believing it.
Oh, most
Like
definitely.
like there are no birds. Like the dude who did that even came out saying, I made that shit up. Why are people believing me?
Yeah. Well, some of it's yes. That's the thing is you have the initial bit is everybody knows that it's a made up thing and they're just doing it for laughs. Like
And
they're
then you
being
get the
silly.
gullible fools who are like,
Then people wander on who aren't thinking critically, and they go, oh, "They're not real. They're not real," and they're real. They're true believers. While the rest of them were just having a laugh,
yeah,
taking the piss, as the Brits might say. He was
yeah.
taking the piss, and they're like, "No, it's real."
And,
Oh, that's real.
I mean, it's funny because in Doctor Who they even made light of it with the pigeons. I mean, not the pigeons, the ravens at the tower. It's like,
Oh yeah.
oh, they're robots.
Was that an official Doctor Who? Was
That was
that
in the special. That was in
okay?
the 60th.
Okay,
It's like,
special. Okay,
remind
spoilers on
me to
that. So.
change the batteries in the ravens.
Oh, but it was also mentioned, I think, in like a Big Finish thing,
Yeah,
maybe.
it was mentioned a few times in Big Finish.
Okay, yeah,
In
because that's
fact,
where
one of
I couldn't
them,
remember whether it started in an actual Doctor Who episode that we stated
it
that, or it was Big Finish.
yeah, it was a throwaway line in the actual 60th about changing the batteries in the Ravens. And then they used it multiple times in the Big Finish unit audios with the Tingabushi. And it's like, well, we can't get through, but the Ravens can. And fly, my pretties. Osgood. Sorry.
Oh, come on. She let her have her little flair for the dramatic.
Exactly. Let her have her
Yeah.
fun. And then again with the she used the Ravens to fight the Warren. Like that's not what Ravens are for. Yeah, but just imagine you need to send a message. You can just send a Raven, or you can email. Yeah, but that's no fun.
But let's see. Then we
Conspiracy.
had we got the truther. We got the
Pregnant Rutherford.
pregnant brother.
Oh yeah, that was fun.
Awkward.
Yeah, and
There was Jack Harkness has been pregnant on more than one occasion.
and it's happened. It's happened in Enterprise as well.
Yeah, Trip. So it's not unheard of.
Yeah.
I love the fact that it's like Dr. Ta'an and my child. It's like, wait, what?
Okay.
You had
Okay.
a
Is this
child
a
with Dr. Ta'an.
yeah? Okay. Is this
Makes me wonder what Shax would think about that.
Well, yeah. Is this a Tucker situation? Is this a Janeway Paris
It's a Tucker.
situation?
Oh God. Yeah, when I first heard that, I'm like, oh God, Threshold. We don't
Yeah.
talk about Threshold. No, no, no.
Except we constantly talk about Threshold here, but it
Yeah.
comes up surprisingly often.
Well,
Should
I mean,
probably
the whole song "We Don't Talk About Bruno" is them talking about Bruno. So
yeah. What else?
then there was her and Delta Team.
Yeah.
Delta Team, Delta Team.
Yeah.
You chanting with them? Chanting is our thing.
Yeah. Traitor.
Well, you didn't tell us you were pregnant. It just never came up.
Delta Team is way worse.
And then it's like, can I please? It's like, We want to hear the green one's story. Yay, I can tell my story now. She is so adorable.
I love her.
She is very sweet.
I love it's like, quick, take off your pants. Okay. Whoa. You just okay with that? We're roommates. We had a bonsai together.
You could have used your jacket, right?
It's like, I could have used my jacket for that.
But
Yeah.
It's
Could
like,
always.
oh, we got loads more stories. Ooh, we want to hear. It's like, should we just let them, let them communicate? Nah, let them have their fun.
Yeah.
Story time.
And if you listen carefully, they're still telling stories to this day.
Their stories echo off the cavern.
Yeah, it's a fun concept and it's interesting. Yeah, because it also shows the Delta Squad thing shows a little growth with
Mariner.
Mariner, not only as she's now having to be an actual leader, so she's having to deal with that, and which means they often don't all four get stuck on the same sort of thing, or even two.
Yeah.
Because, well, now you got a lieutenant junior grade. Now you're gonna throw them with a bunch of ensigns at the problem, or
Yeah.
or crewmen, beyond that. But
yeah, like what
that's one of the
happened
things
with,
that I think is really weirdly underused is that they're all officer ranked. Like,
yeah,
these are the kind of people that grab a handful of crewmen and go down and do something. Like, yes, you know, on really interesting and very dangerous or very, things that require a lot of knowledge, like TNG, when they go down, it's usually, when the senior staff go down, it's because it's something weird and something they need specialists for. You know, when it's like a routine thing, like this is, like, yes, we're doing a routine survey of some caves.
moss.
Yeah, you'd
We're
probably
studying
just send
cave
like,
moss.
yeah, you'd probably just send down like Tindy. In reality, if this was not reality, but if you were in the show itself, you'd send down like Tindy with a handful of crewmen and just go, all right, take these crewmen, go down there, do some scans. Like, we don't need
Yeah.
to send three. You need to send four
Besides, you
lieutenants down
wouldn't,
to scan some
yeah,
moss.
you wouldn't need an engineer,
Yeah, that too.
and like their duties don't coincide with them going down to study moss.
Yeah, Tindy, yes, Tindy. If you sent Tindy down with some crewmen, that would make sense.
Exactly.
You need somebody to lead them. Okay, you could have just sent an ensign, but you sent a lieutenant. That's fine. If you want to control a whole bunch of crewmen, you send maybe a slightly higher rank. So, okay, or the ensigns are all tied up in something else. So you're just like, okay, lieutenant, junior grade, we're sending you down with this, and she's a new lieutenant, junior grade, so you can give her some high ensign, low lieutenant, stuff to do. You take these crewmen down, go do a scan. Okay, in an uneventful episode, that something we wouldn't see, nothing would happen. She'd lead a bunch of crewmen down there. They'd do a bunch of scanning. They'd beam back up. Here's our scanning results. Okay. But you sent two people from the command division, an engineer and Tindy. It's a bit overkill, but that's probably I think that's a lot of, they've been doing a lot of that, sort of sending them down with ensigns or crewmen and that sort of thing, and they've been doing that sort of thing lately because they haven't been together lately. So I think this was like Ransom or somebody going, okay, we're kind of, the work roster is a little, we're a little empty on stuff we need to do. So, you know what? I haven't put these four together. They love working together. They're friends. You know what? I'm just gonna send them on a mission together. They'll go look at some caves. What's the worst that could happen? Marin will be bored out of her mind. Boimler might be mildly interested. And Tindy will love what she's doing. Rutherford, I don't know. He'll enjoy Tindy's there.
Hey, what
I
was
mean,
the
the
name?
only time they had the last time they had them all together was when they went to Ferenginar.
And even then, they weren't all together.
I
They
mean,
all
they were
split off.
still
Yeah,
they
they
were
were all
still
sent on
all
the same.
there on
Yeah,
the planet together.
yeah. It sounds like it's been a while since the Ferenginar incident, so they're just like,
Yeah.
let's give them some time together again. You know, just every once in a while, I'll throw them a bone. I know it makes Mariner more compliant, more easy to deal with, because then she's happy. She gets to go do stuff with her friends, and that makes her easier to deal with. She's not complaining about not getting to see her, getting to work with the people she likes.
Yeah.
Less
Hey,
complaining from Mariner is a good thing.
What was the name of the alien that made Rutherford pregnant?
I don't
I
remember.
don't know, but it kind of looked like Nebula from Guardians of the Galaxy.
Kind of.
Or Frieza.
I mean, practically speaking, if they can, if they always are able to, like find a, I guess, partner, they're practically immortal.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, I'm dying, let me touch you.
But the conservation of mass thoughts on that, where all that bone and protein came from, like to make her up, is not something I'd like to think too hard about.
Yeah, well. Luckily for us, it's a
I guess
made-up
maybe
show with made-up
she
science.
implanted it into him, like some of what she had before she disintegrated, and then that was channeled into making the
Well,
baby of
let's just put it this way: Rutherford probably lost like 8 pounds.
it.
Hey,
But yeah, at the very least, yeah,
does that make her an adipose?
I don't think so. I don't think she's made entirely of fat.
Fair.
She was kind of a
Were the
chubby
adipose
pig.
even like they did take fat off, but they also had, I don't remember. I'd have to rewatch that episode
Well,
again.
remember, they took fat off, but if there wasn't enough fat or whatever,
Yeah, they'd start
they
taking.
could convert the entire body.
Yeah,
Yeah.
something like that. I think. Yeah,
Which,
that was the problem.
oh, now I kind of want to watch that episode again, to be honest.
Get yourself into the Donna Noble mindset.
But
I mean, honestly, you just probably take one of those and cook it up and render its fat. It'd probably be like really good with steak.
well, given its
That's so cute.
The cuter, the tastier.
okay.
I mean,
That's what she said.
Well, on that note, on that bombshell, do you have anything else to talk about the episode?
let me think. Oh, I mean, yeah, this pretty much was a filler episode.
Yeah. They're just getting ready to
This was 8, so 9 and 10 will probably be a two. Might be a two-part, or at least a cliffhanger on 9 or something. Maybe. I haven't looked ahead at the next 2 episode titles yet, so we'll see.
Yeah, I was trying to be a good boy and not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Because I have no idea what's coming. So 9 and 10 might be a two-parter. It might be a 9 with a cliffhanger into 10. It could be just 9 as a normal episode, and then 10 is just a boom, episode because we have that drone thing to the drone. It looks like it reminds me of the Romulan drone thing that they were using. It might not be a drone; it might be piloted for all I know. Could be piloted by Moopsy for all I know. And but yeah, I don't know what's gonna happen there, but we're going to get the mysterious ship probably figured out by then, unless they decide to do a cross season cliffhanger because they know they're getting a season 5. I don't know if they're getting a season 5, but they may know they've got a pretty good shot at season 5.
They better give us season 5, or I'm gonna have to put them down.
After you pick them up, you don't want to hurt them.
Fine, whatever. Yeah. Oh well, good episode.
Okie dokie.
I'm glad that creature trying to be good and was just protecting its baby.
Yes, that was cute.
But you can understand me.
It amused me how they were. It's like, oh, we pick these all the time. It's like you're picking the well, basically you're yanking out the hair of baby little whatever those things are.
Well, it probably wasn't like that. It was probably, yeah, it did have those things growing on it, but it probably had those like to camouflage with the actual plants.
Possibly.
Yeah. That's kind of what I hoped to take out of it, because the thought that they're ripping those out of the babies and the babies aren't reacting is, yeah.
Yeah. But maybe wrong. Maybe they're just brutal baby killers.
Anyway, on that note.